So in a previous post, I discussed the fact that I fear for my British passport if Nigel Farage was to come into power, because of the fact that he didn't recognise the killer of Henry Novak's. He didn't recognise the British citizenship of the murderer of Henry Novak, and he raised that murder as a immigration problem, even though it was a British national that carried out that murder, thereby not recognising people of colour as genuine British nationals. This comes full circle in a debate on LBC Radio between Restore Party's Charlie Downs and political commentator Femi Olawale from F Politics, when they're discussing the policy of remigration, which is adopted by the Restore Party. And it starts out by Femi stating that there is a remigration policy within the Restore Britain. And Charlie Downs saying, no, our policy would be to deport foreign nationals who are in hotels who despise our way of life. That's all we would do. We're not talking about citizenship. We're clearly not talking about citizenship at all. We're talking about foreign nationals who would deport, who do not support our way of life and who live in hotels. Now, when Charlie Downs is asked, would he deport people like Femi, because Femi said remigration is about deporting people like me. It is remigration. You're forcing a remigration. For British nationals who are here, who are people of colour, you're saying that they've migrated once and now you're going to force them to migrate again. Hence remigration. And so that is definitely a racist policy, and it's defined as so when we look up the term remigration. It's the remigration of forced migration of people of colour, thereby stripping them of their British citizenship, stripping them of their passports, and forcing them to migrate elsewhere. And so Femi's correct, and this is revealed with Charlie Downs. When he's asked would he strip people like Femi of their citizenship, he says yes. Essentially he says yes. He says the British Nationality Act is a farce. It's something that's been imposed by the ruling classes and that is immoral and an undemocratic process. And that this citizenship has been handed out like confetti for people who are in no real sense British. In no real sense. That means white. He clearly outlines it as essentially that means white. It's been handed out by confetti. So Femi's right. You would kidnap people of colour who have a British passport and force them to remigrate to Africa or Jamaica or whatever. It is a racist policy.